Hello students, under life process chapter, till now we are discussing the life process, one of the life process, that is nutrition. So today we will discuss another life process, that is respiration. So this respiration also I have divided it into different parts. So in different parts we will study in details the respiration in different animals and especially in case of human being. So in this part, that is part 7, we will discuss about what is respiration, then cellular respiration, what is cellular respiration, then ATP, adenosine triphosphate, then why respiration is essential for living organism. Then we will discuss the activity 6.4 of NCERT textbook. Then the activity 6.5 of NCERT textbook of class 10. So now let me first tell you what is respiration. As I have said here, it is the process of releasing energy from food. Okay, so the main process involved in the process of respiration is the breakdown of the food or oxidation of the food and release of energy. And the process of respiration involves taking of oxygen or the air into the cell. So we are taking into our body and ultimately that goes to the cell. Then using the oxygen for releasing energy by burning the food, and this burning is called oxidation of food, and then eliminating the waste product. So after respiration, what is released? The energy is released and the waste product, that is carbon dioxide, is released, and besides that water is also released from the body. So here is the equation, this is the general equation. Here food burns with oxygen, then what is resulted? Carbon dioxide is released, then water is released and energy is released, and this energy is utilized for doing various work as well as for various chemical processes in the body. Now, what is cellular respiration and why cellular respiration? Ultimately, the breakdown of the food or the burning of the food takes place in the cell, and in the cell only the energy is released. That's why the respiration is also known as cellular respiration. Okay, so in cellular respiration, what is released? Energy is released, but in what form? The energy is released in the form of a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is used to fuel all other activities in the cell. Like in the cell, various chemical reactions are taking place. So for those chemical reactions, energy is required, and that energy is used in the form of ATP. Okay, the next, in this process of cellular respiration, the ATP is released. Then what happens to this ATP? During the activities or the chemical reactions in the cell, the ATP is broken down, giving rise to a fixed amount of energy. Okay, and I'll later on I'll tell you what is ATP and how much energy is released by breaking down of one molecule of ATP. Okay, so now when ATP is broken down, then some fixed amount of energy is released, and and that can drive the endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction means, endo means inner, then thermic means temperature. So the chemical reaction where energy is used of or the heat is used of is called endothermic reaction. So these ATP are used in the endothermic reaction taking place in the cell. Now let me tell you in details about the ATP. This ATP or adenosine triphosphate is the energy currency for the most cellular processes. So as I said, in all the endothermic reaction ATP is used, so it is the energy currency for those reactions. Okay, and the energy released during the process of respiration is used to make ATP molecule from ADP and inorganic phosphate. So how ATP is produced? How during the burning of the food, how ATP molecule are produced? During the burning of the food by using oxygen, the ADP combines with inorganic phosphate. So it is adenosine diphosphate. एडेनोसिन के साथ आपका डाइफॉस्फेट मीन्स 2 फॉस्फेट है. अभी हमने उसमें क्या ऐड हो गया आपका, और एक फॉस्फेट ऐड हो गया, देन इट बिकम्स ट्राइफॉस्फेट. सो एडेनोसिन डाइफॉस्फेट प्लस इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट फॉर्म्स ATP. So this takes place during the cellular respiration. Then the endothermic process, that is the process in which the energy is utilized, in those processes the ATP is used of. Okay, now how much energy is released by breaking down of ATP? Because I have told you that ATP releases some fixed amount of energy by breaking, by its when it breaks down. Okay, so ATP consists of 3 phosphate. Adenosine triphosphate means adenosine, phosphate, phosphate, phosphate. So from the terminal part, from the end, supposing this is adenosine, then phosphate, phosphate, phosphate is there. Then from the terminal part, when one phosphate is released, how much energy is released? 30.5 kilojoule per mole. This much amount is released. But how the breakdown of ATP takes place? The breakdown of ATP takes place by using water. Okay, so by removal of one terminal phosphate. So out of 3 phosphate, if one phosphate is released, then it becomes ADP. And how much energy is released? That energy is equivalent to 30.5 kilojoule per mole. Okay, now this ATP, as I have told you, can be used for various functions of the body, like contraction of muscles, protein synthesis, conduction of nerve impulses, and many other activities. Okay, now why respiration is essential for all living organism? Why it is one of the most important life process? Because respiration provides energy, and energy is required for carrying out all the life processes. अब जो भी लाइफ प्रोसेस हो रहा है, चाहे आपका न्यूट्रिशन हो, एक्सक्रेशन हो, ऑक्सीडेशन हो, जो भी प्रोसेस हो रहा है, सारे प्रोसेस के लिए हमको क्या चाहिए? एनर्जी चाहिए. एंड दिस एनर्जी comes from respiration only. Okay, and the life processes are required to keep the organism alive. जिंदा रहने के लिए हर ऑर्गेनिज्म के लिए, हर एक लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के लिए लाइफ प्रोसेसेस की जरूरत है, जो हम ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि कौन कौन सा लाइफ प्रोसेस लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म में होता है. ठीक है. और सारे लाइफ प्रोसेसेस के लिए हमको एनर्जी चाहिए, और वो एनर्जी हमको रेस्पिरेशन से ही मिलता है. एंड दैट्स व्हाई रेस्पिरेशन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लिविंग प्रोसेस. नाउ we'll discuss the activity, as I said, the activity 6.4 of NCERT. So what does this activity says? In this activity we have to prove that carbon dioxide is released when we exhale. Okay. Or during respiration carbon dioxide is released from our body. So here I have given the brief procedure. So in this activity what we have to do, we have to blow air from the mouth into a solution of lime water. Okay. And this lime water will be blown into the test tube containing the air will be blown into the test tube containing the lime water in different way. One through using the syringe and one through using the piscary, and one directly releasing or blowing the air into the test tube. Okay. So now I will show you the diagram. Here in this diagram you can see in the test tube there are two test tube we have taken, A and B. In a test tube A we have taken lime water, in B also we have taken lime water. Okay. But here what we have done, we have blown air into the lime water through a pitchcarry. Here is the pitchcarry. Through a narrow tube we have blown the air into the lime water. But here we have blown the air from our mouth. So this is the only difference. Here air is blown out of our mouth and here air is blown out of a pitchcarry. Then you can see that here the lime water turns milky white very soon, but here it takes more time to become milky white. हमको पता है कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जब लाइम वाटर के कांटेक्ट में आता है तो लाइम वाटर को मिल्की व्हाइट कर देता है, दूध जैसा व्हाइट बना देता है. तो दोनों केसेस में यहाँ से एयर आ रहा है, तो एयर में आपका सारे गैसेस है और उसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कंटेंट बहुत कम है. लेकिन यहाँ पर क्या है, हम जब रेस्पायर कर रहे हैं, जब हम एयर को ब्लो करते हैं उसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का अमाउंट ज्यादा होता है. इसीलिए इसमें बहुत जल्दी आपका जो लाइम वाटर है बहुत जल्दी आपका मिल्की व्हाइट हो जाता है. लेकिन क्योंकि इसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कंटेंट बहुत कम होता है इसीलिए मिल्की व्हाइट होने में लाइम वाटर को ज्यादा टाइम लगता है. सो हियर आई हैव गिवन यू द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑन रिएक्शन, ऑल्सो केमिकल रिएक्शन. सो द एक्सप्लेनेशन इज दैट आवर बॉडी सेल प्रोड्यूसेस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड थ्रू ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फूड. मैंने आपको बताया है बाय बर्निंग ऑफ द फूड विथ ऑक्सीजन. ऑक्सीजन के प्रेजेंस में जब फूड बर्न होता है व्हाट इज रिलीज, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होता है. और ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड हम एक्सहेल करते हैं फ्रॉम द लंग्स. लंग्स से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होता है और वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जब लाइम वाटर के साथ मिलता है तो वो क्या बनाता है, आपका कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट बनाता है जो कि एक insoluble precipitate है और मिल्की व्हाइट है. सो दिस इज द रिएक्शन कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड एक्वस लाइन. दिस इज एक्वस लाइन, मतलब ये सोल्यूशन है. और ये आपका कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस, G फॉर गैस. एंड हियर कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, that is your solid, that is insoluble precipitate. ये मिल्की व्हाइट क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपका insoluble precipitate बन रहा है किसका? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट का, और ये सॉलिड फॉर्म में है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज द केमिकल रिएक्शन, दिस इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ लाइम. ये सॉल्यूशन में है, सो इट इज एक्वस सॉल्यूशन. ओके. देन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस में है, देन it forms insoluble precipitate. That means a solid mass is formed, that is calcium carbonate. Okay. Now why the difference in the formation of why different time is taken by the two cases? ये दो केस में different time क्यों लग रहा है हमको मिल्की व्हाइट में कन्वर्ट करने में? So when syringe or pitchकारी is used, atmospheric air is pushed through the lime water. Atmospheric air contains very less amount of carbon dioxide, so the lime water do not turn milky or takes a lot of effort. Okay, so यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर बहुत ही कम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, तो ये मिल्की व्हाइट आइदर नहीं हो सकता या फिर होने के लिए बहुत टाइम लगता है. लेकिन इसमें क्या है, आपको मैंने जैसे बताया, आपको यहाँ पर हमारा बहुत ही ज्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होता है माउथ से ड्यूरिंग रेस्पिरेशन. सो दैट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रीजन द कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट इज फॉर्म्ड वेरी इजीली. So what is the inference we have got here, or what conclusion we have got? The experiment shows that our lung exhales carbon dioxide. So respiration में क्या रिलीज होता है? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होता है. ये प्रूव होता है आपका इस एक्सपेरिमेंट से. नेक्स्ट एक्टिविटी 6.5 of your NCERT textbook of class 10. So here what we have to do? It is almost same activity, but here the human being is not a part of this experiment. So here what we have to do, it asks us to pass the air produced by the yeast on sugar solution or fruit juice into lime water. So what we have to do, the yeast also respires. So yeast also releases carbon dioxide. Okay, but yeast grows on sugar solution or fruit juice. आपका yeast कहाँ ग्रोथ करता है? सुगर सोल्यूशन या फिर फ्रूट जूस में फर्मेंटेशन करता है. सो फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेस इज कैरिड आउट बाय yeast. So during fermentation the respiration takes place in yeast. The yeast respires. Now during respiration what is released, that we have to see here. Okay, again by using the lime water. Okay, तो अभी हम ईस्ट को फ्रूट जूस में ग्रो करा के और उससे जो गैस रिलीज होता है उसको हम किस में छोड़ेंगे? लाइम वाटर में, जैसे हम पिछले बार एक्सपेरिमेंट में एक्टिविटी में किए थे 6.4 एक्टिविटी में. तो उसमें क्या देखा जाता है आपका, ये जो ईस्ट जहां पर ग्रो कर रहा है वहां से जो एयर रिलीज होता है कहाँ? लाइम वाटर वाला टेस्ट ट्यूब में. तो आपका लाइम वाटर मिल्की व्हाइट हो जाता है. लाइम वाटर मिल्की हो जाता है. इसका मतलब क्या है? ईस्ट भी आपका रेस्पिरेशन करता है and during respiration the yeast releases carbon dioxide. So yeast is a unicellular fungi. It is not bacteria. It is wrong. It is a fungi, unicellular fungi. It as you know, the fungi are saprophytes their saprotrophic mode of nutrition is there. So they live on the organic food like sugar, flour, etc. And yeast breaks down food material and release carbon dioxide through the process called fermentation. You know this, you have studied about fermentation in class 8. And when this air passes through the bent tube, it makes the lime water milky. So here also you see the same equation, same reaction. Calcium hydroxide, this is the lime, aqueous solution. Then carbon dioxide is released by the yeast, a fungi. It is not a bacteria, it is a fungi. Then the calcium carbonate, which is a insoluble milky precipitate. It is solid, as for solid. Okay. So now here also, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that the yeast that lives on fruit juice and sugar produces carbon dioxide. So here is the pictorial form of this activity. Here you can see this is the test tube containing the yeast. Here the yeast is there, yeast are growing, and here some fruit juice or sugar solution is there. Okay. Now yeast reproduces and it grows on the sugar solution and it respires, and during respiration what is released by the yeast? Carbon dioxide gas is released. Now the carbon dioxide is collected through a tube. It is collected through a tube and then it is passed into another test tube where calcium hydroxide solution, that is the lime, is present. So here you can see that the calcium hydroxide solution is turned milky. So this proves that the yeast has released carbon dioxide in the test tube, which is collected through this tube in the test tube containing the lime. So the lime turns milky. So by these two activity, we can infer that during respiration carbon dioxide is released. Okay. So children, I hope both the activities are very much clear to you, and also the energy currency, that is ATP, how it is produced from ATP, ADP and inorganic phosphate, then how it is broken down again into ADP and inorganic phosphate, and during which huge amount of energy is released, and what happens to that energy. Everything is clear to you, and if you have any queries, then also then you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you, children.